I agree that a lot of the things called charity can be selfish, can be rational, are not always sacrifices. I think calling them charity fails to focus on the selfish import of them. And so I don't think of anything I do like that as charity, even though I don't think it's, an inapt description of it. But if you donate some money to ARI, is that charity? Well, I mean, you're giving it to them. You don't have to give it to them. You're not giving it to them in quid pro quo payment for something they've given you. I mean, if you pay your fee for the conference, you are. But if you just write a check or a donation check, you're not. So in that sense, you can call it charity, and you can deduct it from your taxes, which we shouldn't have that whole system, but that's fine. But if you call it that in your own thinking about it, it takes the attention away from what reason you have for doing it. Whereas if you think about the way that Jim Brown kind of tried to motivate us to donate to ARI at the opening banquet, and also last night at the State of ARI event, and also the way Harry Binswanger put it at the opening event, we're your agents. Wouldn't you want to help spread these ideas in the culture? Don't you want a culture that has more of these ideas? Pay us. We do a good job of it. We'll do it for you. Then you think about it in connection to what your values are, what kind of world you want to live in, what things you can do to bring it about, what this organization or person that you're giving money to contributes to that, and you're kind of aware of the selfish value of it. And I think you can do that with lots of other charities. I've heard John Allison gives a significant amount of money to the United Way, talk about why he does that. Now John has a lot more money than I do and most of us, so at a certain point of wealth, how you think about different kind of donations, I think, is different. But because you can make a bigger impact, so you can think about which of those impacts you want to make. But in each case, I think about what are you trying to accomplish by this, and why do you want that? And if you start thinking of it that way, then it stops being how much do I spend on charity versus how much do I spend on myself. It's all, how do I use my assets and abilities to promote my values? And instead of there being an issue between the bucket of things that you regard as yourself, should I buy a new guitar, a new house, a new shirt, and the charity things, they're all together in the same bucket of you think of each of them, what contribution does it make to my life to buy this versus buying this for this other person, and there's no tithing where you have to give 10% and to other people. It's just they're all your values, and which ones are the most values and how do you support them. So long as it's not the thing to be worried about here and thinking about it is, are you doing it out of guilt, out of some sense of obligation, like I should be charitable? And if you're doing that, no amount of it's okay, not a penny. But if it's out of how do I want to make the world better, there's no upper limit to what it is in percentage-wise, because everyone's financial situation is so different. If you have billions and billions of dollars, it might be that the most selfish thing for you to do is give most of those billions to some cause you really, really care about. Not because you've signed some pledge a la Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, but because the thing you most selfishly want is that. But for most people, it'll be a pretty small percentage that they're going to give to things that they would reasonably give to things that are considered charity. It's the reason, not the percentage.